up watching my mother as a hairstylist, and she taught me something very powerful about energy before I even knew what manifestation was. And that is, your energy introduces you long before your words or your actions. Let's talk about it. This is part 6 for how to change your energy. Now, this lesson about energy is one of those salon lessons that will forever stick with me. So my mother would have a client come sit in her chair, and before that client even opened her mouth to say anything, my mother could read her energy. Sometimes it was her body language, the things she didn't say. Sometimes it was just pure energy. You could pick up on it. It was palpable. And that is because your energy introduces you long before your words or your actions. If you've been following me for a little bit, you know I talk a lot about the work of Dr. Joe Dispenza and becoming supernatural. And one of the topics that he talks about in his whole premise of teaching, he talks about the quantum field, or what he likes to call the unified field. And it's the field that is existing within us and all around us. And it's the field that actually unifies all of us to everything and everyone in our world. Because we are all electromagnetic beings, we have our own frequency. We're constantly sending out signals with our thoughts and drawing things onto us with our emotions. Now, if you've never heard this concept before, that's totally fine. You can do your research in your own time. But if you've ever rubbed up against someone or had a little friction and you felt that little electric shock, that, my friend, is not a coincidence. You are an electromagnetic being. An even better example of this is when you think about someone and all of a sudden they call you. Not a coincidence. We do feel each other through the ethers because we are electromagnetic beings. So when you think about this in relation to the people in your life and the circumstances that you encounter moment to moment, you have to know that to every circumstance and to every relationship dynamic, you are bringing your own energy into these things. And so you have an energetic relationship with the people and the circumstances in your life. And that energetic relationship also includes your own emotional addictions, the emotional default that you go to whenever you find yourself in a state of fight or flight or stressful situations. In essence, you are responsible for the energy that you bring into every dynamic and into every circumstance. And if you change your energy, you will ultimately change your relationship dynamics as well as your circumstances. Changing your energy means you change not only the way you think, but you change the way you emotionally relate to the people and circumstances in your life. That means if you are experiencing disharmony in your relationship, then decide that you're no longer going to continue to show up the same way that contributes to the disharmony. Instead, you are going to find a way to bring more harmony to the connection, even if it means you showing up differently. You would also apply the same principle to circumstances. So if you are experiencing a circumstance that is dysregulating to your nervous system, then you would try to condition your body to respond to that stimulus differently. Dr. Joe Dispenza teaches that thoughts that fire together, wire together. That means that as you think a particular pattern of thoughts, you are sending out signals to the brain that, hey, there's an emotion that needs to go with these thoughts. And so he says thoughts that fire together, wire together, meaning conditions the body into emotional responses. And so in those moments where you are finding yourself reacting to what's familiar, if you challenge yourself to change, and that can mean changing your thoughts or changing a pattern of that emotion by doing something like breath work, like something as simple as that to reset your nervous system, you are no longer firing thoughts that can wire together a string of emotions that will cause you to be dysregulated. This is how you, in essence, change your energy. This is how you condition your body to a new mind. Stay tuned for part 7 while I talk about why most people stay stuck. I don't know who needed to hear this, but this is your reminder, and you got this.